Hey, good morning, folks. This is Steve Sparks. I'm most known for, and my wife Judy, and we've been at this a long time for our mindfulness meditation moments from Little Whale Cove, Oregon. And it's kind of cold outside, but it's beautiful. We're coming up on Christmas, and we're here getting ready for Christmas. I get up early, and Judy sleeps. I let her sleep because she needs some rest. She's been helping me for a couple of years, and I've been kind of sick, but I'm getting better. So it's time for me to help her. That's the way it goes when always in a loving partnership. We've been together for almost 40 years, more. We fell in love in Seattle, Washington. Wow, adventure and romance all the way for us. And we moved to the coast in 2005. We live in Little Whale Cove, and I sniffle a little bit because that's just the way it is. And we love this community. We've been giving back to our community for all that time, and I'll tell more about that along the way, but I want to do something else today, and I'm going to do something like this each day, maybe more than once a day, because I have a lot of stories to tell. I've been out there on the ground, and so is Judy, working on behalf of our community, giving our time and our treasure and our love, and we love to do that, like a lot of other volunteers we know that are often not remembered, when we age and we go back and to our cave, and we can't do as much of that anymore. And but I'm not going to let that happen, because I'm going to invite you into our home at Christmas time. Judy and I are going to put up our Christmas tree today, and we've been working on that. We move a little bit slower. We'll have to have somebody, some neighbors come in and help us out with that. I used to be able to help my neighbors more, but we reach out because now we need their help. We live in a loving community. There's a lot of seniors here, so we're lucky we have that. And but I'm used to getting out helping people, and I hate to ask people for help. I don't like to call my family. They have their own challenges, and we just had a new grandson, Liam Sky Fitch, and been sharing that with everybody. And I've noticed while doing all this work on our platform, Children and Families in Life After Trauma, CFLAT for short, my good friend Heidi Lambert suggested that to me a while ago. She said, how about using CFLAT? That's cool. I said, hey, yeah, everybody's been helping me and Judy the last 10 years with this work we do, starting way back, and they all know who they are, and I'll be talking about them. I'm going to go back in the coming days between now and Christmas because we used to get out. We can't get out anymore. We have a lot of friends and seniors that can't get out, but we have a platform now on children and families in life after trauma. CFLAT, thank you, Heidi. Heidi's wonderful, you know. I've been working with Heidi for 10 years, and we're always there, and we work together very closely, and Judy helps out down there at CASA, you know, and Heidi and I go back to Neighbors for Kids. So I know just about all the volunteers in Lincoln County. I know them all over the place, all over the state. And, you know, I'm going to talk about them. I like to talk about them. I like to honor them. So every day, maybe more than once a day, because I need you. You know, I hurt and a lot of people hurt. So I'm going to tell you some stories. Yeah, you're going to hear some stories about some volunteers. Yeah, I had some folks that I've had the pleasure and honor to work with over the years. I mean, these are, I might cry, you know, these are really, really good, loving, kind people who give their hearts and souls to their community. So I'm going to get started with this because this will help. This is my friend Algae Bear, you know. So a lot of people I know Algae Bear, right? A lot of us have been trained up on Mental Health First Aid USA. I want you to remember that. That's important to our conversation, all right? And I'll get to that later. But I'll tell you a little bit about Algae Bear, and then I want to tell you about some dear friends of mine that I've known a long time who have given their heart and soul to this community, and I'm going to start with them. But let me tell you about Algae Bear quickly. I'm trained up I'm a Mental Health First Aid USA adult trainer. I'm proud of that. I was certified in 2016. And so I talk to Algae Bear all the time, and I'm going to tell you about it. But I'm not going to do it right now, but remember Algae Bear. You can find out about Algae Bear and a lot of other things if you go to my website, survivethrivePTSD.org. That's survivethrivePTSD.org. All right? So we'll get back to Algae, but the first thing I want to do is introduce you to Froggy, the Christmas spirit. So I'm going to go over here and get Froggy right here and get him up here. And Froggy, before I talk to you about my friends, Kevin and Dee, I'm not going to tell you their names, their real names, because I can tell the story easier. So I'm gonna play you a tune. You know, I write about Froggy. In fact, I'm going to be with a dear friend on Thursday, and Judy and I are going to do some Christmas spirit readings. We do that. Judy's an early childhood educator, retired. She has been here doing that and helped start the first preschool at Neighbors for Kids. I served on the board, Neighbors for Kids, with a lot of beautiful people. I'll be talking about them for 6 years. One of them, Byron Lewis, passed away, and he helped me with all that. And I'll be talking to you more about that. So I'm going to get on with this story because, and I have my tissue there, so I'm all ready. I have my water, I have my coffee, but I have to have both. We have to have self-care, you know. It's all good. So I'm gonna put Froggy over here, and I'm not gonna turn this off. You know, I look at uh, YouTube, and I've gotten trained up on all this social media stuff. I'm a high-tech guy. You know, I've been at this for 6 decades, and you know, back there at Nortel Networks in the 80s, and I was sitting in this boardroom with a lot of folks from Bell Northern Research and Bell Labs, and we had this big old whiteboard, and we were looking at a smartphone, and you know, we were looking at that thing, and we were saying, what the hell are we going to do with that, you know? Well, we're going to build it, and they will come. Well, you know the rest of the story, right? And that helps me. It helps all my neighbors. And so what am I going to do? Sit home and not share that? Well, I'm going to share it with you now. So you can go to Survive Thrive, PTSD.org. And I can share it there. I write about it. So I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to do these talks on YouTube. And then I'm going to write about it, everything I talk about. And then I'm going to put this up here. And everybody can see the old guy sitting there in this chair. And, you know, I've got a lot of things here to help me out in case I get emotional, but I don't care, you know, right? So let me tell you about Kevin and Dee, all right? Kevin and Dee have lived in Lincoln County for as long as Judy and I have lived here. We've known them all that time. Kevin retired from the FBI, you know. He's amazing. Wow. He chased down all these criminals over in the Caribbean. And, you know, the ones that put money in these accounts. And they don't pay taxes on them. And, you know, we contribute our money. And we've got all these rich guys. And I know some of them. I made some money, but I know these guys. And gals, you know, and they make all this billions of dollars, and then they put it out there, and then they don't pay taxes on it. So my friend Kevin caught these guys, you know, and they investigate them, then they go arrest them, and they put them in jail and all that, you know. So he retired here along with his wife, Dee. You know, what a wonderful, kind, loving person. She got her PhD, you know, a dream at Washington State in Pullman. I think that's it. I might make a mistake on that, but she'll forgive me. Dee, that's not her name, but you know, I can tell the story. So Dee suffers from bipolar. Not fun, you know, not fun. We don't see it. None of us see this. She doesn't say anything about it. All she wants to do is help others, just like all of us. But Dee suffers, you know, and none of us always act perfect. I don't, you know. Everybody knows that. Everybody knows me. I'm goofy, and you know, all of us have challenges, and we go out there and help people. That's deep, you know. Keith, I have to think about this because this is tough. Keith has been a diver all of his life. I have some other friends that have been diver. Yeah, Judy and I used to do that. And he loves that. Well, he can't do that anymore. And he has pulmonary fibrosis, you know. Not easy, you know. He's almost died a couple of times. He's been diagnosed and it's terminal. So he needs a lot of help, you know. He reached out to me at 4 a.m. this morning, and I got a note from him on Messenger, and I hadn't heard from him for a while. And, you know, Keith was there with me when we started up the Stepping Up initiative a few years ago. Came in when we needed him the most, and, you know, that's what volunteers do. And he's smart, you know. Got all this experience and helped me put together a scope of work for that. You know, I can't do that by myself. I didn't have anybody else here that could help me with that. He knows how to do that, so he sat with us over in the sheriff's office in the jail conference room where we met a lot. You know, early on with Sheriff Curtis Landers and his team, and Lieutenant Adam Shanks and Lieutenant Jamie Russell, and you know, the team. This is the team, and Commissioner Claire Hall was always there. She always showed up. Man, Commissioner Claire Hall, I got to tell you, she's always there for us, you know. And Sheriff Landers, you know, he was just awarded Sheriff of the Year, you know. So let's honor him. So Keith was there, and he helped me put all this together and worked hard with me for several months. So we got off and we launched this thing. And that's what Keith helped me with. And I remember Kevin, and I want to honor Kevin. And I want to honor Diane. And I want to honor all the volunteers. Some of them aren't here anymore. I'll be talking about them in the coming days. So, hey, you know, you helped me. I didn't have to use my Kleenex. But I'm going to, you know, along the way here, I'm going to share some things with you in our home. I don't get to see anybody else's home, but I know everybody's home has treasures and history. Yeah, I've got a lot of history here. It'll help me tell my story, you know. And I wrote a book in 2011, Reconciliation, a Son Story. Here it is. I don't know if you can see it, but my dad's picture is on there, and I've got writings on Pearl Harbor Day, you know, about my dad, Vernon H. Sparks, coxswain, United States Navy, and you know, he was a hero, and he came home from the war in June 1945, and I was born July 6, 1946, and you know, I'm not going to go into that for sure. You know, I don't want to do that right now. I have to get a lot of Kleenex out. You got a lot of friends like me who are war babies. So I'll tell you more about that another time, and you can go to my website, learn more about that. I've got a lot of things on there I've been writing about for years, you know. And we have a new platform, Children and Families in Life After Trauma. Survive, Thrive, PTSD.org. You can buy my book there. You know, you can download an ebook. It's easy, just push a button. You can even donate. You know, I don't make any money out of this. You know, so go there, and I'll be back to you. I can't go on anymore than this. It's too long anyway. Okay. Happy holidays from Judy and Steve Sparks. Children and Families in Life After Trauma, CFLAT. Survive, Thrive, PTSD.org. See you next time. Bye, folks.